Hello, 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 everyone. Welcome to today's Daily Dose of Awesome, your 15 minutes of inspiration, motivation, and education to get your day started off right. As you're hopping on, drop where it is you're coming in from. And if we haven't met before, my name is Becky Graff, and I'm super excited to have you guys with me today. Today, we're going to be talking about a couple of things that I think that we all get faced with all the time. Okay. Hey, Sharon, thanks for hopping on. And it's a question that I have. Are you being motivated to stay stuck? Hey, thanks for hopping on, Valentine. Hey, we're going to be talking about something that we think is keeping us safe, but in reality it's keeping us stuck. Okay. And I'm going to share with you 6 tips to overcome that, to get moving past that. Hey, Tim, thanks for hopping on. Adrian, thanks for hopping on. Chuck's on, watching. Awesome. Cool. Good morning, Wendy. Appreciate you being on. Tracy, thanks for hopping on, dear. Okay, so I have that question. Hey, Becky, cool. We got lots of people popping on. Awesome, you guys. So think about this question for a minute. Are you being motivated to stay stuck? Okay, I want you to think about that. What is it that is motivating you in your life? Okay, start dropping in the comments. What are some things that motivate you? I'm curious. What is it that motivates you? So let's see if my comments are working here. Hopefully they are. Let's see. Oh. I see people popping on, but I'm not seeing comments. Hopefully they will come back on. All right, cool. Well, go ahead and keep dropping them in the comments. I can't see comments right now. Hopefully that will start working in a minute, but I will definitely come back through and take a peek at them. So think about it. Are you being motivated to stay stuck? Okay, what are some of the things that motivate you? Maybe it is the lifestyle that you want once you get your business created. Maybe it's creating a better future for your kids. Okay, drop it in the comments. I'm curious what it is that gets you motivated. All right. So my question was originally, are you being motivated to stay stuck? So we have all these things that we're motivated by, right? We want a better outcome from our family. We want to have more financial freedom. We want more time freedom. We want to create a business, a lifestyle business, so that we can do more with our family. We're motivated to reach out into the community and have a larger impact in the community. Okay, there's tons of different things that we feel motivated by. But my question to you is, what is the biggest motivator that we as human beings have? Okay, if you have the answer, drop it in the comments. Okay, I can't see them right now, but I definitely want to come back through to see if you guys are getting this. Okay, because we are motivated by a lot of different things. We're inspired by maybe athletics or different things that people are doing that are very inspiring to us, overcoming struggles, right? We get inspired and we're motivated to do better when we hear other people's stories. Okay, so what is the biggest motivator that we have as human beings? Okay, and I'm just going to fill you in because I can't see comments. Hopefully somebody's dropped it in the comments, but we are motivated chiefly by fear. Okay, we're motivated by the fear of something happening, or we're motivated because we don't want something to happen. Okay, we're motivated by fear to have a specific outcome so that we don't, have all these issues happening. Hey, Fran, thanks for hopping on. Jeffrey Hucano's on. Awesome. Thank you guys for hopping on. Okay, so what are some of the things that we fear? Okay, and I really wish I could see comments because I'm sure that they're awesome rolling through here. Okay, so what are some of the things that we fear, especially when we're building our business? Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and start listing some stuff off. Go ahead and drop in the comments again what it is that you are afraid of when you're building your business. Because it's something that as an entrepreneur, right, we always have risks. There's always these things that we're worried about or we have a fear surrounding. And we really need to address these because it's something that we can either harness or allow to keep us stuck. Okay, fear typically is something that we have used, to flight or flight, right? Making sure that we're staying safe and that we can get out of a situation that is, harmful to us. So we have that fear, that adrenaline rush to propel us away from that. But in our business, fear can actually keep us stuck. It's actually motivating us to stay stuck. Okay, if this is resonating with you, drop me a 1 in the comments because it is really something that we deal with on a day-to-day basis, right? Fear is something that is part of the human condition. It's something that we feel anytime that we do something new. It's something that we can relate to, right? Everybody has something that they've been afraid of, or they have this fear inside. But the question is, and I want to pose it to you, are you allowing it to keep you motivated to move forward, or are you allowing it to motivate you to stay stuck? Okay? Start thinking about that in your mind and drop in the comments where you're at with that, because I'm really curious if this is resonating with you and your thoughts on it, okay? So what are some of the things that we fear when we're building our business? Maybe it's we're afraid of something that has happened before and that we're afraid it's going to happen again, okay? If you guys have ever related to having this fear and this worry of something that has happened in your past and worrying and having a fear that it's going to happen again in the future, drop me a 2 in the comments, okay? If that's you, if you've ever experienced that, okay? Because a lot of times when we have experiences, right, we attach a label to it and we think that, oh my gosh, this happened, and since it happened, I'm really worried that it's going to happen again. And so we allow that fear of past experience to hold us back from taking action and creating a new experience, okay? Because here's the thing, you guys. Just because it happened before does not mean that it's going to happen again, okay? There are some things that you can do. Maybe the situation happened in the past. You don't have control over the situation, right? The only thing that you have control over is yourself and how you act in the situation and the choices that you make moving forward, okay? So what is something else that we fear? So we fear things that have happened in our past. How about this? Do we fear things that might happen in the future? Okay, if you've ever had that thought cross your mind, drop me a 4 in the comments. If you've ever had a worry about something that might happen. What might happen if I go Facebook Live? What might happen if I let my audience on my personal page know that I'm doing this new thing? What might they think? If you've ever had that fear, drop me a 4 in the comments, okay? Because I know that for most people on this call and most people who have gone through this journey, we've had some element of that happen in our lives for us, okay? Hey Lee, thanks for hopping on. I can see people hopping on, but unfortunately still can't see the comments, so I'll definitely have to go back through those. Okay, so we worry about what people are going to think about us. Maybe we worry about, are we going to fumble on our words? Maybe we worry about, what if things don't go perfect on my Facebook Live? What if the comments don't work and I can't interact with my audience and I'm staring at a screen and I don't know what to say? Okay, if this has ever happened to you, drop me your favorite emoji in the comments, okay? Because it's something that we do experience all the time, and again, it's an opportunity, okay? How do we know what's going to happen in the future? How do we know what's going to happen in the future? We can be all up in our head all day long worrying about what might happen, but we don't actually know until we take the action and then evaluate the outcome. Okay? 9 times out of 10, you guys, what we're so worried about happening is either not a big deal or it doesn't happen at all. Okay, I think the statistic is 97% of the things that we worry about happening never actually happen. Okay? So, we worry about things that have happened before. We worry about things that are gonna happen. What are some other things that we're worried about? Okay, I'm curious. Drop it in the comments. Because a big one that we see a lot of, especially with entrepreneurs getting out, starting the first time, what are some of the major fears about going Facebook Live? What are some of the major fears about posting and putting yourself out there? Okay, what is that root cause of fear that most of us have in regards to those 2 things? I'm curious what you think it is. Again, drop it in the comments. I'm going to come back through to see who got it and who is tracking with me on this, okay? It's the fear of judgment, you guys. We worry so much about what other people think of us. What are they going to say? What impact is this going to have if other people know I'm doing this? What if I don't know everything right now? They're going to judge me as not being credible, okay? What if I don't have my own unique story to share about my company or my product, okay? We have all of these worries and these fears. Okay, if this is making sense to you guys, drop me a 6 in the comments, all right? Because we as human beings can get all up in our head and worry about so many things that keep us stuck. We're being motivated to stay stuck by not taking action and getting clear on what are those things that are really impacting our choices and our decisions, okay? We're worrying about things that either happened in the past that we can't control. We're worrying about things that might happen in the future that we can't control. And we're completely skipping over what it is might I do right now in this moment. What little thing can I do to start taking action and taking control of my life to start overcoming these fears that I have, right? Maybe it is Facebook Live. Testing it out. doing a Facebook Live, it doesn't have to be long, and then evaluating it. What really happened to me? Did I die? Okay, did people start laughing at me? Was I ridiculed for it? Okay, are all these fears that we have, are they real or are they imaginary in our head? And how might we know? Okay, again, we get so involved with sabotaging ourselves because of these little worries and these fears that we have. But in reality, if we just take a moment to test it out, you guys, what happens? And I'm curious, I'm going to share a little quick story with you guys. Okay, I went skydiving several years ago, and I remember I was so nervous. Okay, I was scared. I'm going up in this little tiny plane with this person I don't know as my tandem partner. I had heard all these stories that they had been drinking before, and it was like a last minute rush in for my call. And I'd already signed my waiver, paid my money, everything else like that. And I was scared. Okay, so my heart's just pounding. Okay. And then it's my turn to roll out of the plane, and I was again terrified, like this chute better open, right? I had all these fears going through my head. What if the chute doesn't open? What if my tether to my tandem partner breaks, okay? What's going to happen? Am I going to hit the ground okay? Or am I going to break my legs? Like, you hear all these stories and all these worries of all these fears. However, the moment that I went out of the plane and the chute opened, I had such an exhilarating experience. And most of the time, if this is making sense to you, most of the time when you tackle something that's scary for you, in the moment it is so scary. And you're like, I can't do this, right? You're talking all this negative self-talk to yourself. But the moment that you pull the ripcord, the moment that you actually step into it and you test it out and you have that experience, what happens afterwards? Are you still all nervous and jittery inside, or do you have an elevated high? Do you have a sense of accomplishment, a sense of confidence that, you know what, this was scary, but I did it, right? When we take the steps to test out and step out of the box and kind of move through that fear, we are empowered and have a higher level of confidence within ourselves that propels us forward to the next step. That is one way that you can harness fear so that it's not keeping you stuck in a little box where I can't move because I'm so scared of all these things that might happen. You're actually taking yourself and inserting it into the situation and taking that action so that you can test it and move forward. Is this making sense, you guys? Is this valuable to you? I'm curious if it is. If it is, give me a high five in the chat box, because this is something that we all deal with on a day-to-day basis. Different phases in our journey, it's going to be differently, but how we act and choose to act is really determined about what our actions and our results are going to be, okay? All right, so you guys, there is risk in everything that we do, whether it's driving down the car, waking up in the morning, putting ourselves out there on Facebook Live, coming up with original content and sharing those kinds of things. It is very risky. Hey, Samra, thanks for hopping on. And we need to figure out how to handle it. Okay, I've shared with you a little bit about how we can take control, okay, making that decision to step into it. So I'm going to give you 6 tips to come out on top when you're dealing with fear, okay? Number 1 is to be specific. You've got to understand yourself and how you're feeling and relating to a certain circumstance. What are the emotions that you're truly feeling inside? Is what you're feeling actually fear, or is it just nerves? Okay, I used to say that I was terrified of doing public speaking. I would want to go to the bathroom and, I would do anything and everything I could think of to get away from it. And I told myself over and over again, I'm terrified of public speaking. However, when I took a moment to step back and ask myself, okay, really, what am I feeling? Okay, well, I'm feeling, like nerves in my stomach. Okay, so is that really fear? Or is that anticipation and a little bit of excitement? Okay, or is that just nervousness, right? What is it that you're actually feeling? Get specific, name and label it. What is it that's going on in your body when you are faced with this certain thing? Because that will help you diagnose really what it is. Is it really fear? Is it just nerves? Okay, is it excitement and nerves together that you've labeled as fear? What is that specifically? Okay, and then number 2 is to question your fear. How much power are you allowing it to have over you? Is it running your life, or are you choosing to control and master it? Okay, you get to have that choice, you guys. Isn't that exciting that you get to choose whether you allow your fear to rule you or you get to choose to control it? Pretty incredible that we have that opportunity based on our perception to make that decision. Okay, and then number 3, you guys, is imagine the outcome you want. What do you want your life to look like? How do you want to progress? What would your life look like if you weren't scared of public speaking? What would your life look like if you loved being in front of the camera doing Facebook Lives? What would your life look like if you were not worried about what people were going to say when you posted something, or you did Facebook Live, or you spoke up and you shared your story? What would your life look like? What would your business look like if you were able to imagine the outcome that you want? Okay? That's a big one for us, you guys, taking the time to really figure that out. Number 4, you guys, is to identify those false beliefs, like I was talking about just a few minutes ago. What are the actual risks? What are the actual risks of you doing a public post? Okay? Are you going to lose your job? Are you going to lose friends? Are you going to get sick and end up in the hospital? Okay? What is the actual risk that you are going to have by doing that action? Is the risk worth the reward? Most of the time when we are stuck in our comfort zone and we're allowing fear to keep us motivated for failure and to stay stuck, we think that we're in this happy little box and that if we just stay where we're at, we're going to be okay. And it's better that we're where we're at right now because, oh my gosh, the fear of stepping up and going out, we don't know what's going to happen. But you guys, we do not grow unless we take the steps and the action and have courage to step out of our comfort zone, okay? To identify what is the actual risk that's going to happen if I do this action, okay? So that's number 4. Identify false beliefs. What is the actual risk going to be? Okay? Negative self-talk is going to pull you down. Are you going to allow yourself to listen to that? Or are you going to take control, test it out, and see what happens and then evaluate? Okay? Number 5 is to take incremental action, right? We do not grow immensely overnight. It takes incremental, tiny actions every single day, facing those fears that we have moment by moment, inch by inch, to have progressive growth, so that we can achieve the results that we want, okay? What's the saying? Rome wasn't built in a day or some, it takes time as us as entrepreneurs to understand ourselves, understand what's going on in our mind, and to take incremental action and control over those thoughts to iterate and to progress and to grow, okay? And number 6, you guys, is to get curious, okay? Get curious about everything that you possibly can. Get curious about what you're doing in your business. Get curious about how you might use your fear to motivate you instead of keep you stuck, okay? Get curious. Curiosity is a wonderful thing that if we use and we start thinking curiously about our life and our responses to things and the responses of others to us, we better understand what's going on, which allows us to evaluate in a more effective manner to, again, get that growth and that movement that we're looking for, okay? So you guys, again, I apologize, I can't see your comments. I'm sure there's some amazing ones going through. That's it for today's Daily Dose of Awesome. If you found value, drop me a #value in the comments. And I appreciate you all being on with me today. And we will catch you again. Remember, we're here Monday through Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific. Appreciate you guys again and have a fantastic day. Talk soon.